Hi, it's James from Fair Home Estates. We're in Manchester today where we've just finished our seventh HMO conversion, which is a 6-bed property. All done apart from a few finishing touches to the front, a bit of a lick of paint needed, but otherwise it's looking pretty good. So we're going to take you there and have a look around. So here we are in the communal living space of our new HMO conversion. But if I could take you back to the beginning of my story, in 2014, I was actually working as a full-time teacher. And I like the idea of property. I think I was always quite interested in it, and I think HMOs, I knew that they would be a good investment. And so as a full-time teacher, I decided that I was going to have a sideline of HMO investment properties. In 2019, I took the plunge to leave full-time teaching and go into property, founding Fair Home Estates. At the time, I had 3 HMOs. And in 2019 and 2020 added to the portfolio and completed some further conversion projects, and we've continued to build the portfolio since. 2019 and 2020 were a challenge, obviously because of the pandemic and everything that did to supply chains and costs, and so we were a little delayed and a little overrun on budget, but overall we managed to get through it and come out of the other side. We purchased this particular property at the end of 2021, and it came about actually through a direct to vendor letter. So we're looking in this particular Article 4 area for properties that can be converted but have always been used as student rentals. So we got a response from a vendor and we're able to negotiate a deal. So the purchase price on this one was around 245,000. The conversion costs have come in at around about 120,000. And in terms of GDV, probably somewhere in the region of 425,000. Some properties in the area similar are going for 460, but some are around 425 probably for the end value. With this property, we wanted to prioritise our communal living space. Students are our market, so they like to socialise, and it was really important for us to create a communal dining area. Some smaller conversions in this postcode don't have that, so we opened up the front 2 rooms of the property to allow us to have a good sized kitchen, living space, and then also somewhere for the group to eat as well. And in terms of the rental side of it, we were fortunate enough to rent the property off plan. We used some of our existing portfolio of work, so students had the confidence that they were going to end up with a nice home to live in, and we're achieving around 45,000 per annum on a 12-month contract here. Our target market for this property is students. We're very well located here in the heart of Fallowfield, so well served by bus routes and shops and all the amenities that students might need. But we're also very close to the main university campus of Manchester and Manchester Met, and we're right next to the Armitage Centre here, which is the main sports facilities for the university. So we know our target market, value location, and is a very densely populated student area, so there's a sense of community for our tenants, which I know they value. This project, like any others, had its challenges that have cropped up. So I suppose from the design phase, we wanted to create this open plan space, and that required us to put some steel reinforcement, and the brickwork that we were relying on in order to place that in the ceiling wasn't really very reliable. So we had to build that back up again. As is the way with conversions of properties that are 100 years old, the brickwork's often not great. When you rip the property back and peel it back, there's often quite a lot of repair to do. We also really had the aspiration of creating a separate washing drying area so that it wasn't within the kitchen. But because of the number of bathrooms we've got here, we had to go for a particular size cylinder, which meant that we kind of lost that space, which was disappointing. But I think we've nonetheless, the end product we've got is very, very good. And we also found that with the flooring, we were expecting here to have wooden floorboards that we would strip back and stain. But when we stripped back the flooring, the first layer of flooring, found that there was cement, basically concrete floor. So that created the problem. Then we had to think of what we could use as an alternative flooring, and we've gone for a luxury vinyl tile, both in the hallway and in the communal area, all the way through the ground floor. The problem there was that the concrete was very unlevel, so it required 3 screed coats in order to get it perfectly flat, so that we could get a really, really nice finish on the flooring. Our overall ambition with our HMO properties is to create really welcoming, high quality co-living spaces that students can enjoy, both for, for their friendship groups and also as a place to study. We really believe in putting our tenants first, so we think of them as our valued customers, and so we try and make sure always that properties are very well maintained. If there are any maintenance issues, they're dealt with quickly. We really value good communication with tenants, and we feel that makes for good relationships going forward, and just easier relationships really. So in terms of what we're hoping to do in the future, our intention is to try and acquire more properties for conversion in the Fallowfield area, keep up the high standards, and really just push the boundaries in terms of how we're designing these HMOs, so that we're delivering really, really high quality properties. And our overall aim is to be providing the best student accommodation in the private rental sector in Manchester. For 2022, we've also got an exciting new project coming up, which is our first ground up development. That's for 4 3-bed houses in Bristol, and that work on that is going to start fairly soon, and our intention there is really to sort of transfer the same attention to detail and quality that we've got on our HMO conversions, but into the kind of family home, first time buyer space. And it's something we're really, really excited about. It's going to be a great challenge, but one we're really looking forward to. If you're interested in being a joint venture partner or investor in any of our current or future projects, we'd love to hear from you. Our contact details can be found in the description of the video.